The next 2 months are so dangerous for the West. US President Joe Biden is the lamest of lame ducks, and there's a power vacuum until Donald Trump is sworn in his place in 2 months. And China and its ally Russia, they're exploiting it. Russia is now accused of cutting 2 important underwater data cables over the past 2 days. One from Finland to Germany, the other from Sweden to Lithuania. Those 2 countries border Russian territory, and they fear they could be next if Ukraine falls. And Sweden's Minister for Civil Defence has distributed this booklet to Swedish homes if the crisis or war comes, so they can get ready. Meanwhile, Russia is launching mass attacks on Ukrainian forces with the help of North Korean soldiers, and it's attacking Ukrainian cities, especially Ukrainian electricity and water infrastructure. Now, at least President Joe Biden did, as I said last night, finally let Ukraine fire American long-range missiles 300 kilometres into Russian territory. But even that belated move has outraged the anti-Ukraine and pro-Russian voices in Trump's inner circles, including Trump's son, Donald Jr., who tweeted, "The military-industrial complex seems to want to make sure they get World War III going before my father has a chance to create peace and save lives. Imbeciles." Joining me from America is Sean Spicer, Donald Trump's first White House spokesman. Sean Spicer, great to see you again. Donald Trump, is he really as anti-Ukraine as his son Don Jr.? Is he really going to cut off military aid as soon as he gets in?
I don't know. I know that he wants a deal. Look, the bottom line is the world was a safer place when Donald Trump was president. It was the first administration, going back several, where Russia didn't annex or invade another country, right? I mean, think about that for a minute. I mean, so he is a deal maker, and I think he wants to figure out how to strike a deal and end this incursion that's costing lives and treasure and cash and funding in so many ways. So I think he's going to want to get a deal more than anything in that, and frankly, in the Gaza-Israel conflict as well.
Well, we shall see, but I think his son is a little off the leash. There's a lot of controversy about some of Donald Trump's picks so far. Some, and we've discussed them, are excellent, but then there's people like Tulsi Gabbard as Director of National Intelligence. She's been extremely pro-Russia and I would say very naive at times. And then you've got Matt Gaetz as Attorney General, who's now been accused of paying women for sex, including a 17-year-old. Now, he denies it, but a lawyer for 2 of the women has now come forward. Here he is.
Both of your clients testified that they were paid by Representative Gaetz to have sex.
That's correct. The House was very clear about that and went through each. They essentially put the Venmo payments on the screen and asked about them. And my clients repeatedly testified, what was this payment for? Well, that was for sex.
Sean Spicer, is the Senate really going to approve this pick, Matt Gaetz as Attorney General?
Look, I think when it comes to all of the president's nominees, he's seen the movie before, if you will. This time around, he wants people who are going to fight for his agenda and to get things done, not be there for themselves. And whether you like Matt Gaetz or not, the bottom line is Matt Gaetz has been fighting for President Trump since day one. He's at almost every rally of his. He is a fierce defender of his online and on television programs. And I think the president admires the way that Matt goes out and fights for the president's agenda and his policies. And that's what he wants, not just among Matt, but Pete Hegseth at DOD and Robert F. Kennedy at the Department of Health and Human Services, Doug Burgum at the Energy Department, or the Interior Department, rather. So you're going to continue to see people who have demonstrated to President Trump that they understand why they're getting nominated, not to suit their own interests, but to advance the America First policy interests.
Sean, we're hearing all sorts of stories what it's like down at Mar-a-Lago, where Donald Trump's Florida home. Half of America that wants a job seems to be flying down there to say, President, give me this, give me that. You've got Elon Musk, the world's richest man, head of Tesla, head of X or X-Twitter, down there almost daily, it seems. And he seems to be, well, reports say, having outstayed his welcome with a few key Trump advisors. Who seems to be wanting to be everywhere. What do you know of that? You've been down there. What's the atmosphere down there? And is Elon Musk unwelcome now?
I was down there Thursday. He seemed very much welcome. The president actually commented on how much he's enjoying Elon's presence. I think there are going to be some people who want to assert their authority and their prowess, and so they're going to get tired of Elon. But at the end of the day, all that matters is Donald Trump, and he seems to be enjoying Elon's counsel and friendship. So until that happens, it doesn't matter what a bunch of the aides think. It all comes down to what President Trump thinks. And frankly, from what I can tell from the photos that get posted on social media, it sounds like the family's enjoying Elon's presence as well.
And what was the atmosphere down there like, Sean?
You know what, Andrew? It was jubilant. People were giddy, excited. I was trying to figure this out, and I'm actually trying to write a column on it because I wanted to put it into words. After 2016, I think we felt excited, but at the same time, we were immediately told by the left and the media that our victory was hollow. It was Russia that did this. We didn't win the popular vote. And they immediately wanted to downplay the significance of Donald Trump's historic win in 2016. This time, when I went down to Mar-a-Lago, and there were just countless of my former colleagues down there and a lot of his big supporters, it really was this sense of we really did it this time. We won the popular vote. We crushed it in the Electoral College vote. We made gains with blacks and Hispanic voters, young people, women. And so this idea that the victory was so undeniably real was on almost everybody's faces. I mean, you just walked through, everybody had a permagrin on their face. They were just so excited, ready to celebrate. I thought 2016 was pretty special. It would always have a special place for me. But I will tell you that I think the extent and the breadth and the depth at which Donald Trump won this election is something that everybody down there is reveling in.
Sean Spicer, thank you so much indeed for your time.
You bet, Andrew. Good to see you.